Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. It's Deanna with toolsofenergyprotection.com, your energy shift expert. And let's get everything hooked up, give you a few moments to get on here. Let's see what we've got going on tonight. All right, here we go. Okay. Get everything. Okay. So welcome to Tuesday Night Live. It is August 21st, 2018. And hi, Susan. Hi, Kendall. So we're waiting for a few other people to join us, hopefully. Did put out an announcement on what we were talking about tonight. So tonight's topic is we're going to talk about what's holding you back from your true passions. There's a lot of us that are feeling this anxiety. So let's first cover a couple of things coming up. So this coming up Thursday and Friday in Denver at the For Heaven's Sakes bookstore, I'm going to be doing energy clearings, which we're going to be talking about tonight, how that works and what that looks like. And you can, if you would like to join me there in person, I would love to have you, or you can book on a phone time together, sorry. And the number is 303-964-9339. And that's For Heaven's Sakes Book in Denver. And I'll be there this coming up Thursday for my regular day. And then Friday is a fair day or a special event day with special pricing. So call the store at 303-964-9339 so you can find out about that. And everybody get your pen, your pencil, and your paper ready, because this is exciting. Coming up September 7th through 9th, which is just a little bit more than a week and a half away, I'm going to be at the Denver Merchandise Mart in Denver, Colorado for 3 days at the Mind, Body, Spirit Expo, and I'll be speaking at the expo. And I'd love to see each and every one of you. Come on down, give me a big hug. I will be there live on site doing little mini sessions so you can get to meet me, get a feel for me, and get to know what that looks like. So I'd love to have you come on down and join me. So make sure and put that on your calendar. Okay, so it is August 21st, 2018, and school's back in session. A lot of people that normally join me will probably be on the replay because it is a time to be with the kids and getting the homework done and all that kind of stuff. So my daughter's online school, so we got it done earlier so we could all be together tonight. Now, what's going on the planet? Right now, we're coming up, if I'm not mistaken, we're coming up on a full moon this weekend. I think it goes full Saturday night into Sunday. And so that full moon gives us new beginnings and full energies. And so here it's coming on the horizon. And then also on the other side are coming all of the energies that are pushing us forward. So as far as the energy shift goes, you may be feeling like there's new beginnings in your job, or there's new beginnings in a relationship that you're having. You might be feeling like turning loose of a lot of things that you've held on to for so long that are blocking you. And those are the things that I wanted to highlight tonight as we got together, because I think it's important that as the energies shift that you know how to work them. So tonight, I brought my other assistant with me. I have a live assistant who is quite lovely. And this is not her, but this is my other assistant, because I wanted to show you tonight what holding energy in your energy field looks like. Because a lot of people say, hey, Deanna, what is it that you really do? You offer sessions, but I don't know what you do. Okay, so here's what I do. If you're a highly sensitive person, if you are an empathic person, or even if you're not, people around you have different emotions. And that's called energy in motion, emotions. And people around us have those. And so they're in their day and they're happy or they're angry or they're sad or whatever. And these emotions are coming out into the energy field around them. And if you happen to be close and you're empathic, then you're going to feel what they feel, and you're going to store that in your body, whether you like it or not, unless you know how to flesh it out. That's normal for highly sensitive and empathic people. Hi, Anna. To hold that in their bodies. and their energy bodies. So one of my beautiful students asked me today, what's the difference between an empath and a highly sensitive person? So just very briefly, a highly sensitive person is someone who senses everything. The sights, the sounds, the emotions, the energies. It's like they have two antennae, like a little bee on top of their head all the time, just sensing everything. And they usually get sensory overload and they become more withdrawn from people. But it's interesting because a lot of famous people who are highly sensitive are also extroverts. So you get that kind of back and forth. And then empathic people, empath means to have like feelings. So an empath will often put their energy inside of a person, not negatively, but, you know, just to, like you put your arm around somebody. It's not invasive. Excuse me, I've been talking a lot today. But it's not invasive, you know. And when you do that with somebody, then that energy comes back to you because you're putting your energy in them to see what they're feeling, to put yourself in their shoes. So you almost have a singular antenna instead of these two that's on that person's head, looking and seeing what's inside of them and sending the signal back to you, if that makes sense. And in that, we tend to absorb other people's energy because it runs through us. And so I was talking to my inner circle earlier tonight, and we were talking about, we were talking about a cup being a vehicle. Sorry, I didn't mean to show the logo there. But this cup is a vehicle. And so there's water in the bottom of it. And so wherever it goes until the water comes out, it's a vehicle for the water. And in much the same way, when people have emotions or energies around you, they will come inside of you and you will carry them wherever you go until you neutralize them, until you get them out of yourself. And so when people work with me, they will tell me 9 times out of 10, oh, Deanna, I feel lighter. If nothing else, they feel lighter when they leave, which is always a good thing. But I want to show you visually what it is that actually happens during a session. Excuse me. So let's say that this sticky note is an energy. And it is, oh, I don't know, anger. Let's say somebody around you is very, very angry, and you're either empathic or highly sensitive. Well, what happens is you bring that back and poop, now it's in your energy field. Okay? Then maybe you grew up in a very dysfunctional family, and they like to tell you how bad or wrong or not good enough that you were. And so what happens? Their juju comes out and it gets on you too. It's inside of you. And it becomes stuck in your energy field. Now this is actually on my second assistant, but it's stuck on there. And it's not coming off. And no matter what this, let's call it a person, does, it's stuck in there. And so there's 2 ways that I know that it can come out. And one is the hardcore work. And hardcore work is where we go back, we look at our childhood, we look at our friends, our family, all those things. And we say, wow, that really hurt us. It affected us this way. We work through it. We release the inner anger. We release the inner hate. And then that energy goes away. But for so many people, that is such detailed, hard work, and they don't want to do it. The other way I know how to do it is by connecting into God, Spirit, or Source. And God, Spirit, or Source connects into my client, into the consciousness. Okay? Yes, God, Spirit, or Source is connected to each and every one of us on this planet. You're never without. You're always connected. But in my work, I connect into God, Spirit, or Source. God, Spirit, or Source then connects in with my client. And then I begin to receive information about what this is, or what this is, what's stuck in here. And then there's an energy transformation between myself and the client, which they may or may not be aware of. And in that energy transference, that energy is removed from the client's energy field. Therefore, it's gone and they don't feel it anymore. And that's why they feel lighter. So you're like, wow, that's magic. I can't wait to, go to Tools of Energy Protection and click appointments and make my session. That is part of it. And it will help you to feel lighter and to be able to move forward. The challenge is that most of us, and there's not very many stickies, but most of us over the years have collected layers and layers of discordant energy. I mean, how many of you have been through your life where it seems like people just picked on you all the time, or you felt like you weren't very good at or lesser than, and people were like, oh, yeah, and they fed into that. So this, say there's 37 pages, gets stuck here on you in your energy field and continues until you do something about it. So what happens mostly in my work is I will take as many layers off energetically as I can to give you the space to walk forward without so much baggage. It's like having a 20-pound weight lifted, and then that gives you the ability to move forward, and then you can work on the smaller situations, which may not be that much or that thick, but that's still the hardcore work. That I am not able to replace the hardcore work where we have to go into our hearts and say, okay, I want to release this, or I want to release that. So if you have any questions, please put them in the feed, and I'll be more than happy to see if I can answer any of them for you. Hi, Lydia, glad to have you. Hi, Amy, glad to have you tonight too. But that's what it looks like. So it's these different energies. So you're going through your life, and let's say you get hate put on you, or people tell you you're not good enough, and so another sticky might be that you hate yourself, right? And people go, oh, I don't hate myself. Really? Do you do positive, loving things for yourself every day? Do you eat right? Do you get enough sleep? Do you steer your career? Do you steer your finances? No problem? Just saying. Might want to have a look at that. But anyway, so as we go through life, we begin to accumulate all these energies in our energy field. And they're stuck in there. And it makes it so things don't cycle as well. We don't feel as good, and we become depressed and weighed down. And so I'm going to have my whoops. I'm going to have my assistant here, this one, raise their arm. And I'm going to get up if I can here and show you just a little titch more. Okay, that's going to work. So what happens is, if you stretch your arms out in a letter T, in a perfect letter T shape, if you stretch your arms out this way, these energies, not only can they be inside your body causing dis-ease, but they can be floating around here too, in your energy field. And you've seen my videos where I talk about the magnetics and magnetic energy being drawn to you. If you're drawing people to you that are spiteful, mean, abusive, use you, you may have energies in the energy field here. And the energy field usually extends from fingertip to fingertip. And if you turn in a circle, that's your personal energy field. And these things may be in there, and they become magnets to draw like to you, even though that's not what you desire. And that is also what I work with. So even though there's no blood, I will have the hand put down so they don't get numb. But that's the other part of what I'm doing. So I'm taking energy out of an energy field, sometimes stored in the physical body, shifting the vibrational frequency, shifting the hertz. If you want to go look something up very interesting, type into your search engine on the internet, how many hertz or HZs in my wrist or in my body, because there's different parts of your body that hold a different frequency. And so that's part of the work that I do. So if you've had a long history of depression, if you've had a long history of anxiety, any of the dis-eases, generally it's because you're holding a negative energy somewhere in your body that you may or may not know about. I've worked with people that have irritable bowel syndrome. I've worked with people that have digestion issues. I've worked with people that have trouble just breathing. And yes, there can be physiological things. So, if you're eating really unhealthy food over and over and over again, there may be a reason your body's not happy. But I had a gal, last week, I think it was last week, who came to me, and she has been receiving counseling, and she has been taking medication for depression, and for years and years and years and years hasn't been able to kick it. And so I suggested she check her diet, eat more healthy foods, and she said, I've done that, and it still isn't working. So we did a session where I connected in, again, with God, Spirit, or Source, and then God, Spirit, or Source connecting in with this person. And I asked, where is the energy being stored for this person? Where is it being stored first, so they can identify it and let you know. And for her, it was more or less in the outer, energy field than in the inner energy field. And so what I was able to do is go and remove anxiety, from her energy field and shift the magnetic frequency in the body. And I know a lot of people are like, how do you do that? If you want to learn, I will be glad to teach you, but you have to come and study under me. We just don't give away all our secrets. But anyway, so she left there feeling lighter because she had less negative energy that was in her field. And so now she can continue to work with the doctor if she chooses, and the medication if she chooses, and walk forward. And so a lot of folks that come to me usually do because other people can't find out what's going on with them, and because it's stored in their energy. And so simply medicine, if you will, doesn't usually touch energy in that realm. But in wisdom, it takes a village. So we have medical doctors, and we have a psychologist, and, we have digestive enzyme specialists, and we have acupuncturists and yoga teachers and all kinds of people to help keep us healthy. And I wanted you, the desired outcome was for you to know tonight how I fit into that health team and what might be a reason to reach out to me and to make an appointment. So I encourage you, if you have friends that have suffered with anxiety and depression, and those are just two big sellers, chronic back pain, or if they have pain anywhere in their body and they've had a lot of tests run and they're not getting any results in the tests that have been run, perhaps they're just not testing in the right spot, which is my job. And we can look at that. So let me scroll down here in the comments and see if there's any questions. Oh, hi, Tracy. Hi, Christine. Sorry I didn't see you earlier. On my laptop, it doesn't scroll up, and I couldn't use my phone tonight because it wasn't big enough to put this guy in. So are there any questions about that? Okay. So I put up here, what is holding you back from your true passion, and how to let go and move forward. Okay, what's holding you back from your true passion generally are these energies, but they're not so much here. Well, they'll be in here because that's where they're being stored. But they're usually in there, in your mind, right? And so what happens is, our mind will tell us that it can't do something because it's not safe to do so. So with the frequencies that are going on right now, it's been working on our passionate heart to move forward. And we're like, oh, I can't seem to move forward, and I don't understand why. And that's because of the mind, because of the belief systems that have been programmed in your life over and over and over. And that's something else that I can help you to look at. So we can find out what things are blocking you, what energies that are being stored here are blocking you, and then I can give you some tools to walk forward. So not only will we clear vibrational frequencies and help your brain to want to desire to remap. Oops, it remapped. That was great timing. Thank you. But your brain has a neuroplasticity that has to also remap. And so I will often give homework to my clients to do something to keep them rolling forward as we shift the energies, and it all works together. But let's see, it looks like I don't have any questions, just a lot of people listening. So this is either a lot of information that people are processing, or I'm not making any sense whatsoever. But that's the nature of working in metaphysics. But I'm glad you joined me. I'm glad you took the time to join me. How to let go and move forward. I'm going to give you a really silly exercise to make a point. But these are the kind of things that I give my clients. So number one, I'd like for you to take on a piece of paper and take a pen or pencil. It's so important, or crayon if you like. It's so important that you use something tactile instead of the computer. I know some of you are really good at that. And I'd like for you to draw a circle, and in the middle draw a stick figure. The stick figure is you. And I'd like for you to begin to identify as you're walking forward in your passion in your life. You're like, whoa, this is great. I'm going to go forward and do this. And I've got all the tools. And, you know, maybe your passion's photography, and you have all the cameras and the storage disk, and, you know, you've got the magazines and the training, and you go out and you just can't seem to get out the door, or something comes up and you're not able to go, and this happens over and over and over, then I'd like for you to think about what stopped you, what kept you from going, and think about how you were feeling. Think about what's in your heart before you were going, because there's something in there that's not allowing you to succeed because you've been told in the past you couldn't. And it's working on that. So inside that circle where that little stick figure you is, I'd like for you to write the energies inside there that you can identify. I'm going to give you a few names of a few to get you started. But some energies that you may be experiencing. And sometimes those energies are very apparent, and other times they're stuck. That's another reason to come to me, because then I can identify those for you. But maybe you felt doubt. Maybe you felt some doom. I know some people that are so successful feel doubt, like they can't do it. And maybe it's because when you were artistic, when you were younger, your parents said, don't do that because you'll never make any money. You're not any good at it anyway. And that carried in. And that's something that may be stored here. Jessica Ann, hi, good to see you tonight. You said, where are you located? I have an office in Loveland, Colorado, and 2 days a week I am in Denver on Thursday at the For Heaven's Sakes bookstore. You can call there, make an appointment if you like. And on Mondays, I'm at the Lakewood For Heaven's Sakes store. So I hope that answers your question. Feel free to private message me if you need any more information. But the For Heaven's Sakes number is 303-964-9339. All right. So the other energies that you might write, you know, inside the circle might be low self-esteem. Well, what if I get up there and I can't take a good picture? Or what if I get up there and the roads are closed, you know, if it's snowing or something? What if I go out to the beach and to take pictures, and that week there's a hurricane, you know, an oil spill, you know, something horrible. You know, that's low self-esteem, because you're feeling like I'm not picking the right time, may not be the right space, it may not, thank you for the thumbs up, it may not be the right location, you know, and that's self-esteem. So put that inside your circle. The other thing that might come up is appeasement. Let's say you're going to go out and, you know, take an hour to yourself to go photograph some things. And then you realize that you can't really go out and photograph anything because, oh my gosh, what if you left your husband and your kids alone for a couple of hours and something went wrong? guilt or appeasement. Oh, I've got to appease them by staying here close and I'll go next week. That's another energy. Feeling frustrated. Maybe you've gone out and done photography before and it just didn't turn out and you're really frustrated, and you might notice you're fumbling with your equipment and maybe you forget something and it creates more frustration, and on and on and on. That's another energy. So put those on the inside of the circle, no matter what it is that your dreams are, that you're desiring to go forward and do your true passions. Then how to let go and move forward. Once you get those identified, begin to work with them. If you're not able to work with them or to let go of them, again, that's another reason to book a session with me, because I can help you with that. Now, here's the second silly exercise of how to get rid of it. I know this is really silly, but I've given this to some of my clients and it makes sense to them. So if you're a tactile person and you're more in your logical brain than your heart brain, this will work for you. So let's write out. If you're going to do this exercise, you'll need the stickies, okay? And on the sticky, your passion is to go run. And you feel like you can't go running because you don't have the right tennis shoes and you don't know where to buy the right tennis shoes. You don't know what the right tennis shoes are. You have to do more research on those tennis shoes. Anything that comes up in your mind is a block to doing what your desired passion is. So what I'd like for you to do is take a pen or pencil to paper and write a sticky note that says what that block is, whatever it is that you're feeling. Now, I'm going to be silly again, and you may just do this in your mind, but I'm telling you, it really works. You want to know how to let go? Write it on a sticky note or a piece of paper, what's blocking you, just a word or two, and then take your dominant hand and put it in your dominant hand. And for the rest of the day, keep that piece of paper in your dominant hand as you go about your day. Now, how long do you think that's going to last? Your hand is going to be doing all kinds of things. It eventually falls off. Then you got to put it back up here again. Maybe you do things with the non-dominant hand, and you're like, this is ridiculous. This woman is crazy. But think about it. If there's something that you desire to let go of and you can't, and you write it in your hand and you put it here and it gets in the way, eventually it's going to come off because it's blocking your productivity with your hand that you desire to do something with, besides hold on to the poop. Laugh at me if you like, call me a nut if you like, but I'm going to tell you, the clients who've tried this and gotten back to me lasted about an hour, and they're like, you know what, whatever this was in their hand, I really need to let go of that, and they often do. It's that simple. They find a way to take the blocks away. They find a way to say, you know what, this is no longer a part of who I am, and I'm going to put it to the side. I'm not going to let this clog my brain anymore because what I really desire is not this. And they put it to the side. I see some more hearts. Thank you. Thank you. So that's it. Hi, Stacy. Oh, I'm so glad you came. And that's all I have. Are there any questions for tonight? But these are very simple things. And I know that there are a few of you that find these suggestions to be very simplistic. That's because simple is good. Simple is easy. Why make it difficult on yourself, really? Right? So, again, if you would like to join me, I called down to the For Heaven's Sakes bookstore earlier today, 303-964-9339, and looked at my schedule for Thursday and Friday, and I still had a few openings. So if you give them a call, they're usually open from like 11 to 6 at night, Mountain Time, and you can schedule a time right at that time. And let's explore your energies. Let's give you a clean slate. Let's lift that off of you. Let's take those burdens away and find a way for you to walk forward in peace, more peaceful than you have been. And just because coffee happens to be above my head on this, let the coffee over here, let this coffee give you the jitters, not what's inside, not the anxiety, because God did not design you to live anxious. He simply did not, or source, or however you see it. We are told to walk in abundance. It says, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. So what I find in my practice is a lot of people seem to want anxiety and stress, because that's what they're creating. That's what's in their energy field. And they're like, no, you're nuts. I don't want that. Really? Then how come it's here? So I want to show you, there's a word want. It's so much a part of our vocabulary, isn't it? I'd like to show you energetically, the best that I can, metaphysically, what the word want looks like. You ready? So if you take your fists and put them like this and do a circle. Everybody do a circle unless you're holding on to a cell phone. Put it in your lap. This is the word want. It's a perpetual motion. Usually it goes forward, right? Sometimes it comes backwards. But it never meets. It's perpetual. It never ends and it never meets. This is the word want or lacking. Make sense? This is the word desire, because God says he'll give us the desires of our heart, not the wants. So the desire is where we reach out into the universe and draw to ourselves what we desire. That comes from the heart. That comes from fullness, not from lack. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. So if you find yourself wanting, you're not attuned. You're not atoned. You're not accepting the divine grace. You're not accepting the divine abundance. And that can come in 3 of the most popular areas: your health, your wealth, and your relationships. And if you say to me, Deanna, my health isn't good, there's many places to look. You have a physical body, a mental body, an emotional body, a spirit body, and an energy body. So you got to look at all of them. There may be something in your heart, and that's why your health isn't good, because it's in dis-ease, and it's sending signals to the rest of your body, and your body's holding tension. How many women out there wear earrings that are your shoulders? How many of you go around like this all the time? These are earrings, not shoulders. I used to. It's because we're so stressed out. If you're stressed out, let's work on why. Let's move you forward. Find a different way for you to view the world. And instead of holding fear, doubt, anxiety, whatever it is from your past, let's take it all off as much as we can. Like I said, I'm not a magician. I can't make it go poof and go away, except for my beautiful assistant here. He's easy. But let's work on that. Get some tools to walk forward in divine grace and love. Allow God to pour the rich blessings into your life as fast as you can allow yourself to have them. That's usually the block. It's not how fast are they coming, but how fast are we allowing ourselves to have them. All right. Oh, Stacy, bless you. You say this worked for me. Thank you. I'm glad that it worked for you. That's great. That's a great testament. So if you're ready to make an appointment, there's several ways to get a hold of me. If you're on Facebook, here on Facebook, there's a place to message me privately, and I'll be glad to get back to you. You can go to Tools of Energy Protection. That's TOOLS of Energy Protection. Highly sensitive people, spiritually gifted people, teaching you how to shield yourself. And click on appointments or sessions, I think it is, and it'll guide you to my personal calendar, and you can click on there and go ahead and make an appointment, or you can call the bookstore in Denver if you want to see me on Monday or Thursday, and of course it's Friday as well. So thank you so much for joining me. If you're joining me on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, then you can go right down here below and post something, or go to Tools of Energy Protection and click on Contact. And there's all my social media there, every single one of them. You can contact me on one of those if you like. So have a great and wonderful evening. I'm so glad you came on Tuesday. And I will repost this here in just a few moments, and then over to YouTube and my Tools of Energy Protection page. Big hugs and kisses. Have a great and wonderful night.